It's a good app. Sully needs to learn this shit.
Oh
But
yes,
yeah, because he wants a YouTube channel, and
he'd be
Sully is
so cute.
he's obsessed with ghost hunting. That's he
That's
he
crazy.
wants to go ghost hunting all the time and like YouTube it.
I think about this. I heard a girl yesterday talk about how to do go live, how to connect with people on the other side, right? And Sally would be so good because first of all, your language have to be good for a fifth grader, you know,
Right.
and that can be the factor because if you start to talk to technical, you lose all the young crowd, which is good to have, you know, like on a view. Then
Right.
secondly, you have to talk to the camera like you're talking to your grandmom or your daughter. So you are respectful and slow because you are not have to be that fast. And those two things that really resonate with me. I say, you know what? Perfect. Because I always sometimes go too fast or like, I just to think about I'm talking to my mom, you know? I can
Right.
really think my mom because I would be too unfiltered. But my grandmom is perfect. My daughter, possible daughter, could be perfect because I treat my
Right.
niece like my daughters, and it's like so.
Yeah. The way that
Why
I
is
would
no YouTube
talk
there?
to
Wait a
Danny.
second. Wait, YouTube is not selected. Why? Okay, okay, it's there.
Is
I
that
got it.
better?
Yeah,
Good. Yeah. Danny and I would get banned on YouTube. The things that we talk about.
yeah. Yes. She says, "Can I call you?" I'm gonna text her the link and see if she wanna come in. I don't think so. She's very shy.
Who's this?
The woman I date, my
Oh.
fiance,
Yeah,
text
bring
me.
her
Are
in here.
you? Yeah. Can I call you? She knows that I was with you. She must see us going offline for a second, and that's it. Let's see. I invited her. Um, when I met her, I was like, really do not want a girlfriend. I was like being such a good whore, and I was like, you know, I was like an octopus. You know, I have a little tentacle there. Then I met her and said, okay, that's it. Boom, let it go. From octopus, I became, you know, spearfish, pointed one direction. That's it, and that's it. Pretty, pretty fun.
I want to
Hi,
talk to
Night.
her about her beverage choices at her establishment. I want to know her bourbon selection.
Oh, right, yes. And she just started another new place. It's called the Boiler Room and the Vault. The Vault is even more for bourbon because it's like high class drink stuff.
Yes.
So and she teach me about this one, this Russell thing. So
Yeah.
just the 10 years,
Mhm.
she teach me about it because she did this old fashioned. It was like crazy good, and that's where I say, oh, she knows the stuff, and she don't drink
Yeah.
either. But she was working in this very very famous place in Texas, Austin, which
Mhm.
Austin, I think, is place I would like to live. I just think I never been, but because I love Texas mentality, you know,
Uh,
the
I
one star.
I wanna go to Austin. We should go to Austin for, like, a weekend.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's
Because
do
plus
it.
we can go see Joe Rogan, we can
Yeah,
go
go the
see
Comedy Mothership.
Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
did you know that last week he said that he's thinking about starting a Comedy Mothership in Vegas?
No way. This is just the only progression you can go. From there, he's never gonna go to LA again because he hates California.
He said it
I
would
shouldn't
either
say he
be
hate. I should say he dislike is new California, because California used to be one of the coolest places on earth.
yes,
I was
yes,
one of the person that can't wait to go to California and spend the weekend there. But after the walk,
yeah, yeah.
it finished.
It
And
destroyed it.
destroyed. It
It
destroyed.
destroyed it. But he's talking about either Las Vegas or New York for the second
No, no, New
location.
York cannot do it right now. No, not with this mayor.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just saying it because of the comedy scene that could exist in New York. But he's pushing, I think, pretty hard for Vegas. That would be incredible. We could go do a stand-up night, Marco. We could do a an open mic night.
Open mic. I can send you Leila, that is Scarlett's sister. She's so good, and that's as good as he get to make you laugh. So, and beautiful, because it's Scarlett twins. So it's like
Right.
when she's gonna go and do an open mic, she's gonna become one of the most famous female comedian ever.
Well, if he opens that in Vegas, she needs to come out here with Scarlett and do an open mic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
for sure.
Dude, get on Vogue, both of you. I- Just go right now.
Just go right now. Just go right now. Vogue.
Hey,
Vogue.
Vogue, I'm coming. I have something to show you.
Go to Vogue, both of you. Go to Vogue.
Yeah, and you see, now we're going live vertical, which is such a better format for people that
Oh
watch it at
yeah,
home.
like the chat just exploded all of a sudden with people calling us
Ye-
supermodels.
Mhm. And they don't even see you in the swimming suit yet. Otherwise, they see both of us. You know that the woke Disney is making a, a cartoon with a transgender whale.
Of course.
It's
I mean,
called Ma-
why
it's-
not?
It's
Yeah,
called Maybe
why
Dick.
not? I wasn't expecting that. I like it though. I like it. Maybe
yeah.
Dick.
The woke Disney,
Oh,
which I cannot even imagine how much they lost since they did this, stupid.
oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's just
The only thing they never will change color is gonna be Tarzan. They have no votes to someone between monkeys that is no white. Mhm. But the rest, yes. And that's Disney. So that's when I stopped the membership. That was too
yeah,
much.
yeah.
And even
yeah.
if Netflix, I was listening, they wanted to merge with another big thing, right? And there was this congressman talking about question like, are you gonna employee American people? And the answers were very vague. Then he say, do you want to stop this to push this transgender thing about all this thing? And he was like, we don't really do that. We want to gather to everybody. Unbelievable. You see, as soon as you say the word, how drop the chat to, because they push you less and less. It's crazy. You cannot talk about it.
Yeah, it's yeah. The second you start,
Uh-huh.
it just drop, just drops. But here's the thing: they own every property. They own Marvel Studios. They own Star Wars. They own some of the biggest movie franchises of all time. They should be printing money. I mean, if they just stayed to the formula, what works, what is proven, what people want to see, instead of pushing a narrative so that they can feel good about their virtues. Dude, it's a license to print money. but they're just going broke because they're just force feeding things to people that people don't want. Some of the biggest movie franchises ever, Star Wars, Marvel comic books, like you don't get bigger than that.
Nope.
Just destroy it, just piss it away.
What do you think about introducing a new political party right now where people lost trust in both party because conservative are like a little bit too sold out and
Yes.
and woke people are very too woke.
They're
So
just
do you think that if we
insane.
start a party about American the Constitution first, the
Yes,
Bible,
yes, yes,
Christian based, where
yes.
just logic makes sense and no sense, you know?
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Just well, here's my thing. And I don't think the country is really that divided. Um, if you really sit down and talk to people, and that's what I've really been trying to do much more lately, is I've welcomed people to call me. I'll tell people, I was like, you have an idea about what I think and who I am, but if you just call me and talk to me, I bet we probably agree on more things than you would think that we do. Um, and basically, it comes down to this: everyone believes that the government is corrupt. Everyone. I mean, when Trump won the election, you know, the liberals thought he cheated to win it. When Biden won the election, all the conservatives thought that he cheated to win the election. Both might have some bit of truth to it. I don't know, but they both felt the same way. Everybody feels like the government interrupts their life too much. You know,
It's too much government
yeah,
in a
liberals,
percentage of life.
yeah, liberals are out there begging for less of a police state, which is a government program. Conservatives are out there saying that there's too much of government programs. So really and truly, like I believe that all of us really feel the same kind of pressure. And a lot of us, if we really sat down and talked about it, would feel the same way. It's just a matter of getting in the same room and having a discussion where it's not taking sides. If you weren't in this to take a side and you just wanted to have an honest conversation about what's wrong and how we could fix it without taking a side, I believe we could actually probably make some good ground. I think we could cover some things because here's the thing, like nobody wants the government to tell them how to live. I certainly don't want the government telling me how to live. It's none of their business how I live. I'm Jody. I am the CEO and the president of what's under my roof. I am the president of Jody Graham's household. Um, I
That's
should
how it
be
should be.
entitled. Yes, I am entitled to live the way that I want to live under my roof as long as I'm not hurting anyone else. And that should be everyone else's right too. And my thing is, like, I don't care what my neighbor does. My neighbor can do whatever he wants to as long as he is not doing anything to bring me harm or to infringe on my rights. If he's leaving me alone and I'm leaving him alone, he should be entitled to live however he wants, and so should I.
Hmm.
I think that's what everybody wants. I just think that's what everybody is looking for.
I think it's
And
like a good HOA that is like, okay, we keep our ground clean for everybody to enjoy the street in a certain way, the fence up, the gate closed, and inside my house I can paint the house however I want it. You cannot tell me,
Yes.
but I will not put my orange wall that disturb your thing, etc., because I will still respect you. And the same thing
Right.
is, and that's why I really like Florida right now, that stop vaccination, all kind of vaccination to children. That's unbelievable. Can you imagine?
Yes.
And if you don't do that in California, they come to your house and take, you know,
Right. Right.
crazy, crazy. So we really like, this is not really United States of America. Is we just live close to each other. That's it. And now they want to put a tax on miles per car. Can you imagine those poor people? They're already taxed so much. California people now they have to pay like 2 cents per mile that they want to do, and at the end of the year it's gonna be $2,000-3,000 per car. That's crazy.
Unbelievable. Like it's just unbelievable.
And again,
And
it's nothing for rich people, nothing at all.
right, but the thing is, like, even if it's nothing for the wealthy or the upper class, like
It should.
even they should be frustrated about it, because if you're paying that much tax and if you're paying that much money into the government, you should never, ever, ever see a pothole in your road. You should never see a homeless person that's sleeping on a sidewalk. You should never see any of that. Like, what are we getting in return for the amount of taxation that we are spending? You know, I look at my income taxes, and it's just mind boggling how much money is being taken from what I earn. And then I look around and I say, what's it doing? You know,
Well,
what
we live in a good place though, compared to them.
oh, certainly, yes. Yeah, we
Yeah,
certainly do. Yes, yes.
this
But
is
I'm
royalty.
talking if you're paying federal tax, if you're paying a federal tax and you look around and you see what's going on in our nation across our country,
And where the money go,
there's no good reason to take that amount of money from citizens if
and
they're
send them
not going to.
overseas. Don't say
Yeah,
where.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think, and I might be a little off on this number, but it won't be by much. I believe it's probably about accurate. The last time I heard, we're sending foreign aid to like 55 different countries across the
Wow.
world. Like,
Why?
what are we doing? Like, and that's just the thing, is like, protect those who are yours. Um, protect those who are yours. Allow people to live the life that they want to live. Allow them to protect themselves. Government really only needs to be about that big. You know, when Rand Paul ran for president in 2016,
Hmm.
the year or two before that, I was working and going to some of his town hall meetings, and I went to the Galt House in Louisville, Kentucky, when he announced his presidential run, and it was one of the best speeches I've ever heard in my life. When he announced his presidency run, he said, "I want a government that is so small I could fit it in my pocket." He said, "And I don't want a government that has any right to have any interest on what's on my damn phone. I want my government to be small and to just leave me alone." That's what it should be. That's exactly what it should be.
When you start to think of politics, it's like talking politics at Thanksgiving with your family. there's
Hey,
always there's
you
always a
know
blue.
what though?
You stop
We
that.
should invite him on. He thinks we should be in vogue. I think is that the same guy?
No,
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 it's not the
no,
same.
different.
Different guy. Different guy.
Yeah,
Never mind. Never mind. I thought, well, at least he thinks that we're handsome men,
yeah.
even though his ideas are terrible. You know, naive as fuck. Okay, yeah. You mean he's got good hair though? Rand has good hair. Rand Paul is the son of the last of our forefathers. Like Ron was like the man. Rand is pretty close. He's pretty close. Rand Paulson. Oh, Marco, this is why I do love the internet. Like I
Yeah.
do love the internet.
And but what do
Like
you think about Charlie Kirk? He could be amazing, right? Wait,
he would have been a
someone is coming
president.
in. Someone I really like. Wait a second. What happened? Sorry.
You took me
Where'd
off.
she go?
Okay,
There you
I'm here.
are. How
Hello.
are
I don't have
you?
long. I'm good. I'm very busy. We're having an abnormally busy Friday because we've been closed for 2 weeks because of snow and wintry weather. But here I am. I wanted to pop on for a second and say hi.
Well, hello.
Jody
And
wanted
What
to
are we
every
talking
congratulate
about?
Jody wanted to congratulate you to talk me about this.
Oh yeah, the Russell Reserve. Yeah,
we need to
that's
have
really good.
we need to have yeah, we need to have a bourbon tasting on YouTube one night.
I know we do. I know you're the bourbon expert. You know a lot more than I do, but
We'll have a good time. We'll have a good time.
yeah, I think so. I
Well,
think so.
but currently everyone in the chat is just roasting me because I just said something about Rand Paul, and evidently, you don't talk about Rand Paul on YouTube.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the YouTube people are
I
they're a little feisty compared to other
I did
streaming
bad.
platforms
I did
nowadays.
bad. I did bad. I brought up Rand Paul, and it's all been downhill from there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I did
Uh,
it. I did it.
Oh
I
no.
love you, baby. Thank you for coming up.
Oh,
I know
you're
you're busy,
welcome.
busy. I'll talk to you when you're done, okay? And if you want to jump
Okay.
back in,
I
just
just
text me
wanted
and
to
send
say
you the
hi to
link.
you guys. Nice to see you.
And
Bye.
good seeing you as well. Bye bye.
But, so
All right. Let me reply to Glenn Sharp really quickly. He said, isolationist Rand Paul. That shit was good in 1776. Glenn, you're right.
1776.
It was good in 1776. It was very good. It built us into a world dominating power in a quicker amount of time than any other nation has ever achieved it. It was damn good in 1776. Guess what? It would be awesome in 2026 as well. So I think we should propose the idea of doing something that works instead of continuing down a path that's just not successful. It's not working. No one's happy. Conservatives aren't happy. Liberals aren't happy. No one is happy because everyone is split up into teams and divided. And we're told to argue over things that really don't matter, that at the end of the day won't get any of us any further. So I would take 1776 and the progress that we made in the century after that over the past century that we've had, for sure.
You know, one of those files says, are we still going to have the Third World War on February 8th,
I
2026?
saw that.
And listen this, a prophecy say that the Third World War will just last 12 minutes. So can
I
you
saw
imagine?
that.
I just hope I'm
Well,
sleeping.
did you did you see the reports of the attack on Venezuela and what that looked like from the
Yes.
ground? Oh my gosh,
Crazy.
Marco.
Like a Star Trek guns they have.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And people
it's
throwing up
it,
blood.
it's like we skipped 4 generations in weapons over the course of
A
one
year.
battle. Yeah, yeah.
Because we were in Afghanistan long ago, you know?
But you
And
know what? You know I'll tell you what's scary about that. And I was talking to a former military friend of mine the other day about this. If that's what we're showing, if that's the hand that we can show, and now we can openly talk about direct energy weapons, that means that our adversaries have the same technology. we wouldn't display it if they didn't have it. So what all technology is out there? Like, what is being developed? What do we not know about? Um, you know, the UFOs, the UAPs, are they military craft that we've just been testing? You know, zero gravity
with the,
propulsion and
with all the conspiracy out there, the one that now I think the most can be possible is, and this is just because other star systems are way too far from us. I think that could be ourselves, the generation that did not die when the cleanse was done, right? Like when we got decimated and start again, and they are hiding, let's say, in Antarctica or somewhere else, underwater somewhere, and they were like generation that were prior to us, also, and that's it. You know, like they are still here, and they just like play with us like we are the pets. Or
well, that's I mean, you talk about, you hear people talk about Tartaria, the Tartarians, and they were an advanced civilization,
and before that,
Atlanteans,
Atlantis, yes.
Atlantis, and then you hear about, even before that, the Nephilim, that the giant race that was,
The
mentioned in the
angel,
Bible.
so yeah.
Yeah, fallen angels who had children with female humans. Like, if that existed, and I'm pretty convinced that it probably did, that DNA still swims around in our gene pool. It's still there, you know.
Yeah, they say also something very, very, very. Scarlett is doing a series of it, which you just subscribe it to, and she was saying that they find tomb of someone that was one of these people, giant stuff, and they try to come up with a plan to make it live again. So like either they clone it or they, and that's why they're doing this thing in Switzerland. You know, the collider thing to
Yes,
come up with a
yeah,
thing to
CERN.
start to give life again. That's crazy. If they do
Yeah,
that, then the Antichrist can come.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
We're going
Like,
deep.
and
We're going very deep.
you look at a show like Stranger Things, and so
Which is
many things.
always the preview of real life. Anything that is
It
on TV.
is. It is. Like, it's just, here's what's coming, on this season on Stranger Things is, the next 5 years of your life, or, basically the retelling of, a story like Montauk, or, remote viewing, or, things like that. But it's all crazy. It's all crazy. And it's real life. Like, I mean, it's just real everyday life that people just overlook and they don't see. But you're onto something there when you talk about these ancient races of people who were more advanced than we are. Who's to say that they're not still here? You know, not still living amongst us, under our water, or, in our caves, or, for all we know, in our national parks, because so many of those are just, you can't go into certain areas, and, the
Think
Grand
about this.
Canyon.
These Italian guys went to the pyramid of Egypt and used this machine to see what's under it, and they find this column that goes down 800 meters. That is almost
Yes.
it's half a mile, over half a mile,
Yeah.
with other big rooms under it, each column, and it's like, what is it? If they can do a frequency generator so big back then, thousands of years ago, cannot be human. It has to be
No.
another thing, and that's
No.
when we really, wow, this is crazy good, crazy, because there must be somewhere something that say, okay, now this is information, open it, you know how to do the stuff, and that's why many world wars started.
Well, and it is, and it's also why they won't let us have free energy, you know? They want us to be a slave
to the system.
to the system, you know, and a big part of that system is fossil fuel and, you know, relying on old, you know, archaic forms of energy when there's so much more out there to be explored and discovered that could give life and abundance to so many people who are in need, you know. Um, eh, Purifying water and, you know, turning on an air conditioner would be as simple as just making it happen, but life has to be hard so that we have to rely on the system that we're in. Yeah, they want us to be reliant upon a system so that we are, you know, controlled by the needs that we have. It's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, because there is also, and this is always allegedly, that there are patent that if you come up with a patent that will save over 20% of the fuel efficiency of a car, it
It's
becomes
kept secret.
kept secret.
Yep.
So it's like, and they already hide 5 patents so far.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Because it will collapse completely the structure of power, and then everybody can do anything. And
Well, it's why they killed Tesla. I mean, it's why Tesla was killed, and you know,
I
people will
mean,
say he wasn't killed, but
he did not die of natural causes. No, they kill
uh,
his spirit because he never made it, but they
but
steal everything from him.
correct. They didn't give him a chance to ever succeed. You know,
Hmm.
there was never an opportunity for him to, you know, to share his information with the world that would have been life changing. You know, it would have, we wouldn't be living the same way we're living right now if Tesla's, you know, discoveries and information were ever made public. Like we would all be in a very different place right now. Um, but I think, do you want to know what my favorite conspiracy theory of all time is? I
Go
may
ahead.
have told you this before. It's time travel. I think it's like real.
Uh, will be
I mean,
amazing.
Tesla was working on that. There and if you look hard enough, you can find this, Marco. It's incredible. It's so fascinating. There was a secret society of time travelers called Plus Ultra, and it was made up of a lot of really famous people. And it's my favorite conspiracy theory of all time. It is by far my favorite. I think it's 100% real. It blows my mind every time I look at it. It's so
You should send me
crazy.
the link. I want to know everything about it.
It's so crazy. It was Albert Einstein, because Einstein had the theory of relativity, you know, basically the conclusion that it comes to that is that if you can reach the speed of light and beyond, you can manipulate time. You know, you can manipulate time. That's the, you know, basically the part of that whole theory that Einstein talked about. Tesla was there, Mark Twain, Walt Disney, like all of these people, and supposedly they all met together at their first meeting at the top of the Eiffel Tower during the World's Fair when it was in Paris.
Which
And
the Eiffel Tower was supposed to be just for a few months up, and it was supposed to put down. You know that,
and
right?
it just was always there forever. Like it just
Yes.
stayed. So you have Tesla who is working on all of this with time travel. He had patents that he was working on for time travel. And then it gets handed over to an MIT professor, John Trump, who is Donald Trump's uncle. And there's this room that Trump does conferences in, like press conferences in Mar-a-Lago. And the tiles that are in this room are ancient tiles from like Rome. And they have inscribed on these tiles in like Latin the word plus ultra. And his uncle is the one who got the technology from it's crazy. There's so much there, Marco. I'll send you all the information I have on it because it's my favorite conspiracy theory.
Wow.
I get
Lovely.
I get off on that, man. Like
can
that's my
imagine.
favorite. It's my
I will
favorite.
go. I will go back to kiss my father one more time.
Yes.
To
Yes.
hug my best friend Francesco that dies at the early 2000,
Yeah.
and my grandmom too. Oh, it'd be so cool.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
something like when they say which power would you like to have, and everybody say I would like to fly, I would like to be transparent, I would like to be strong. I would like to see the people that I loved in the past. You know, I'm positive that if I continue this way, because with Scarlett was really, really religious, I might have a chance to make it up there.
I
So
think
I
you'll
wanted
get
to be.
there.
I
I think
wanted to
you've
be.
got a I think you've got a good shot.
I want to be that good, and you
I
know,
think you-
and it's very easy to live by the word of God if you just like don't hang out with bad people, because you are the average of the people who surround you too. And if you
that
go
is true.
if you go
Yes.
with the bunch of I say yes to this and I really like it. If you go to find an apple in a lemon tree, you're not gonna find an apple. So you don't stay with
Absolutely.
lemon. Go to the apple farm and you find apples, all apples. So
Yeah.
and same is
100%.
when my brother in Rome, he lives in a very bad area. I say, oh my kids always end up with bad people. Of course, that's what that place produces. Of course, go in the middle of Rome and be better. Now he's changing it, and life is getting better. So
Yes. And you know, it's true, you know, you're going to be a product of the environment that you surround yourself with 100% of the time, always.
you almost became a bottle of bourbon when you were living in Kentucky.
I'm almost a bottle of bourbon right now.
Of the people that you hang out with there, you remember that you were a pastor too.
Yes.
What was the average education of them? High school?
Of the people that I was around during that time?
Yes.
Well, I was doing my ministry was focused on college age kids. So I was mostly around college age students all of the time. I worked at a college during that time. I worked at a college during that time, and my ministry was to college students. So on any given night when we would come home, um, when we would come home from work, we would just have college kids in our house, like waiting to eat dinner with us, you know, waiting to be fed. So it was a lot of college age kids, a lot of college age kids.
So,
And that's what Danny and Sully were raised around. You know, when Danny and Sully were babies, most of the people they were around all of the time were, you know, 20
and
years
that's why
old.
they were already grow up when I met them. They were like
Yeah, yeah,
little and
yeah.
nice. And you
Danny
met
had
my
a
kids, they were crazy as fuck.
yeah. They're great though, man. I love those boys. I love those boys.
Oh my God.
They're good boys.
So
They're good boys.
I'm going to do this again. We do that. Maybe we can do this once in a while. We're not together.
Yeah,
We
let's do it.
can-
Hey,
this
listen,
one I
here's
call him the seventh worst podcast.
it's perfect. Here's what I'll do.
uh-huh.
Here soon, I will send you all kinds of information on Plus Ultra. And then after you've read it all,
we'll
we'll
do
come
it.
back on here and we'll talk about it.
Wow. And you know I will.
We'll
So
talk
thank
about
you
it.
so much. I end this stream.